Right now, this video is reaching you through some kind of internet connection. Maybe it's fiber, maybe cable, maybe 5G, or maybe you're still suffering on DSL. But here's the thing most people never think about. Your data doesn't just magically appear on your screen. It takes a very specific path using very different technologies depending on what kind of internet you're on. And some of those technologies are borderline ancient. So today, let's break down how internet connections actually work, from the screeching horror of dial-up all the way to fiber optics running at the speed of light. We're going step by step through every major type of internet connection, how it works, how fast it is, why it exists, and why some of them really need to be retired. By the end, you'll know exactly what kind of internet you're using and whether it's holding you back. The basics, what your internet is actually doing. Before we talk about connection types, we need to clear something up. The internet is not one thing. It's a massive global network of computers and servers connected together. When you open YouTube, your phone or laptop sends a request to a server somewhere in the world. That server sends data back to you. Video, audio, thumbnails, comments, everything. But that data doesn't travel in a straight line. It goes through a chain. Your device, to your router, to your ISP, to massive backbone networks made of fiber, to YouTube servers, and then all the way back again. The part that really matters for your everyday experience is the last mile. That's the connection between your ISP and your home. That's where dial-up, DSL, cable, fiber, satellite, and 5G come in. Quick clarification before we continue. Download speed is how fast data comes to you. Streaming, browsing, watching this video. Upload speed is how fast data goes from you. Video calls, posting content, cloud backups. Most internet plans heavily favor downloads, and that's why uploads are usually the first thing to feel slow. Now let's go through the connection types, starting with the worst offender. Dial-up, the internet's stone age. Dial-up internet used your telephone line. When you connected, your modem literally called your ISP over the phone network. That screaming sound you remember? That was digital data being converted into audio tones just to survive on phone lines. Maximum speed was 56 kilobits per second. That's not a typo, kilobits. One image could take minutes to load. A song could take 15 minutes. A movie? Forget it. And while you were online, your phone line was unusable. Someone picked up the phone, internet gone. Incoming call, internet gone. It was unstable, slow, and painful. But in the 1990s, it was revolutionary. It gave millions of homes internet access without installing new infrastructure. Today, dial-up is effectively dead. A tiny fraction of people still use it in extremely remote areas, not by choice, but by lack of options. If dial-up is your only option, the real issue isn't speed, it's infrastructure neglect. DSL, better than dial-up, but still not great. DSL was the next step up. It also uses phone lines, but smarter. Instead of hijacking the entire line like dial-up, DSL uses higher frequencies that don't interfere with voice calls. That's why you could talk on the phone and use the internet at the same time. There are two main types. ADSL, where downloads are much faster than uploads, and SDSL, where both are equal, mostly used by businesses. Speeds range from about 1.5 megabits per second to 35 megabits per second, with faster versions like VDSL reaching around 100 megabits per second if you live close enough to the provider's equipment. And that's the catch. With DSL, distance matters. The farther you are from the ISP's central office, the worse your speed gets. Past a few miles, DSL is borderline unusable. It still exists because phone lines already exist. It's cheap to offer and good enough for email and basic browsing. But for modern internet use, 4K streaming, gaming, video calls, content creation, DSL struggles badly. Cable, fast but shared. Cable internet uses the same coax cables that deliver cable TV. These cables can carry far more data than phone lines, which is why cable was such a big jump. Cable internet runs on a standard called DOCSIS. Modern cable can hit download speeds between 100 megabits per second and 1 gigabit per second, and in some cases even higher. But cable has one big weakness.
It's shared. Everyone in your neighborhood is pulling data from the same local line, so when everyone starts streaming at night, speeds drop. Think of it like traffic. Empty highway at 3 a.m., complete chaos at 6 p.m. Upload speeds are another issue. Even fast cable plans usually give you much slower uploads than downloads, which hurts remote work and content creation. Still, cable is popular because it's fast, widely available, and doesn't require brand new infrastructure. For most people, it works well enough. Fiber, the gold standard. Fiber internet is on a completely different level. Instead of electricity, fiber uses light traveling through thin strands of glass. Light moves insanely fast and doesn't care about electrical interference, weather, or distance. With true fiber to the home, you get gigabit speeds, symmetrical upload and download, incredible low latency, incredible reliability. Fiber isn't shared the same way cable is, and it's incredibly future-proof. The cables can handle far more data than we're currently using. Upgrades mostly happen at the equipment level. The downside is availability. Fiber's expensive to install, and many areas still don't have it. If you do have fiber, you're honestly spoiled. Satellite internet, last resort. Traditional satellite internet works by sending your data 22,000 miles into space and back. That distance creates brutal latency. Half-second delays are normal. Streaming is okay. Gaming and video calls are painful. Data caps are strict, speeds are inconsistent, and weather can ruin everything. Then came Starlink. By using thousands of low-orbit satellites much closer to Earth, Starlink dramatically reduced latency and improved speeds. It's not fiber, but for rural and remote areas, it's a game changer. Still expensive, still weather sensitive, still worse than wired connections, but far better than nothing. 5G home internet. Promising, but not perfect. 5G home internet skips cables entirely. You get a modem that connects wirelessly to nearby cell towers. Speeds range from decent to excellent depending on signal strength and congestion. It's easy to install and expanding fast, but it's still shared, still variable, and still less stable than fiber or cable. It's a solid option if fiber isn't available. What should you actually use? Simple ranking: fiber, cable, 5G home internet, DSL, Starlink, traditional satellite. And dial-up shouldn't even be on the list. From screeching phone modems to light racing through glass, internet technology has come a long way. Most of us don't think about it until it's slow. So if you understand how your connection works, you can make better choices and avoid a lot of frustration. So what kind of internet are you using right now? And is it actually good enough? Drop it in the comments. And if this finally made your internet make sense, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.